Oh, it's going in. No, that's the start of the video.
Are you here to experience modern violence, the likes of which humans have never been able to conceive of? Well, you're in the right place. Today, we are taking a look at the Army's brand new rifle. This is the XM7, which is now the M7, and it is firing the 277 Fury round. And for the first time here in Grantham, we're going to be testing this round to its fullest capability. Now, we don't have the Army's projectile, but we have one of the possible projectiles that could be used, and let me explain that. There is an EPM type round, which Micah will pop up a little photo of right here, and then there are a variety of different rounds used within the United States military, from 77 grain to TSX. This is a solid copper TSX round, which is commonly used within combat. We are going to be testing its performance in gel. We're going to be testing its performance on human body analogs. We're going to be testing accuracy performance with Micah, because you're a better shooter than me, Micah. And then finally...
And then we're going to be testing it on Charlie.
On Charlie.
Hey, yo.
And
Let's
long
get
range.
dead.
And finally, we'll be testing against armor. Before we get started, I do want to congratulate Charles on getting through that clot.
It was really hard.
We, of course, have to thank our sponsors. This content is free, and the biggest sponsor of the channel is who, Charles?
Desert Storm Institute. They help you fix your rifle. They'll stop another 9/11.
The Sonoran Desert Institute, guys, if you're looking to get your start in gunsmithing, they are great people to go to. We love them, and they support our crazy science, such as today. And Micah, who can we not forget?
Primary arms
Made where?
in the mountains of Rohan.
Exactly. Their 1 to 8 is their
I
compact
love
is
it.
incredible. We
Yeah.
actually do use that quite a bit. And we can't say enough good things about them. Get whatever you need there. They have everything. And of course, if you want to get better at shooting, what do you need to do, Charles?
Mantis, shoot without the freak out. I was in line at Chuck E. Cheese the other day, pulled up my Glock with the Mantis system. Everybody ran to tell their friends. It's great.
Yep, it's a true story. We recommend dry fire. Mantis makes your weapon a dry fire machine, and we absolutely love it. We all use it. Go and check them out. And finally, ammunition is sponsored by AAC. Obviously, they don't make 277 Fury, but they help us train so that we can control this beast full auto, which we'll see how we do. Let's get into it. Right here, we have the 277 Fury. This is the new round of the United States military. As you can see here, we have a 113 grain solid projectile that's made out of copper, and we have a bimetal case. What that does is it allows you to have a much higher pressure within the case that it can withstand before bursting as compared to just a brass case. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and chrono this, see how fast this 113 grain projectile is going. Guesses?
2,400.
Micah?
How many grain?
113.
113 grain, 2,800.
2,800? I'm going to say 29.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Dude, okay,
Whoa.
hold on. Quick note here. So this Garmin chrono is incredibly accurate. And do you see what that standard deviation is? Now, we only fired 3 rounds with a standard deviation of 2.7. Is pretty insane.
So the real question is, like, at what distance, how many yards does that round turn to God and no longer is trans?
Oh, I can't with you. He means transonic. I couldn't give you that exact definition. We don't have the BC on this round. Again, it is brand new. But apparently, according to the military tenders, a lot of these rounds are going to be traveling about 3,000 to 3,100 feet per second. So this is the speed that we do want to be seeing out of this projectile. And let's shoot into gel. Let's see what it does.
Yeah, let's do it.
We have Ballistics gel right here. This is clear Ballistics gel. It's not going to be a 1-to-1 of human flesh. It's simply going to give us a medium to test the round to see what performance and expansion are going to look like. Okay, right here we have the 113 grain round traveling almost 3,100 feet per second, hitting gel. That was one of the single most violent, like military type calibers I've ever seen fired through a piece of gel. As you can see here, we have a solid about 10 inches of penetration before the round began to flower, fragment, and open up. And we have that explosive compression in there as well. This was a wildly violent, wildly effective round. And this was simply the copper projectile, like TSX. We're not even testing the EPM projectile. But I don't know what we expected. 113 grains traveling 3,100 feet per second is an insane amount of energy to be putting forth into gel or in a body or anything. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna put 2 blocks back to back since we didn't quite catch all the expansion and see what we get, and then we'll put armor in front of it. All right, 277 Fury through 2 gel blocks. Ready, Charles?
Yep.
Woo! Jeez. Okay, apparently.
It almost looked like that first one just didn't move.
I don't know what happened.
Oh yeah, there it is on that one too. Kind of see it.
So what we're seeing is we're seeing good performance through barriers. I'm really interested to see what it's going to do through armor. I think armor's up next. Do you think it's going to go through armor?
I'm excited. I think it's going straight.
We actually have the not stolen Lockheed Martin armor that's like issued.
Where'd you get it?
Temu. Okay, right here we have the government's finest armor. This is made by none other than the military industrial complex. This is level 4. Always wear your side plates. And how many rounds do you think it will take to get through it?
1.
In Call of Duty terms, that would be like you crack the armor immediately.
Yeah. Yep. Oh wait.
It stopped it.
It did.
Yeah, it did stop it. Look at that. So we have a solid copper projectile, which is not made to penetrate armor. And as we can see, the level 4 definitely stopped it. Level 4 is rated up to, that smells weird, it's probably cancer. Level 4 is rated to 30/6 armor piercing. Armor piercing is a specific type of projectile in order to get through. That being said, it's been hit once. What do you think a second round's going to do to it?
Go through.
Think so?
Yeah, I said that.
Find out. I think it stopped it, dude. I think the armor's done, but I think it caught it. Yeah, it caught it.
It does stink like cancer.
You're gonna need a projectile that's armor piercing to get through. As we can see, the round itself isn't just gonna do it by itself. We do need a projectile with some type of steel penetrator or something to get through. But now that we've seen some of this performance, let's see what it does on the human body analog. We actually don't allow Charles near the dummies anymore. There was an incident. We have a ballistic dummy right here. This is a good approximation of a human. We have organs, we have bone, and we have fluid in there. So if you wanna come over here to this side, Micah, you can see all the different stuff that the rounds are going to travel through. This gives us pretty good indication of performance. Now, this is not a one-to-one because it's gel. That being said, it does a good job of approximating tissue, fat, muscle, all that kind of stuff. Start with a side plate shot right here. We're going to see what it does to the ribs. This is a level 4 issued body armor from Temu, and it's really not its actual armor. And we'll see how it does, and then we'll start going through the body and seeing how the 277 round performs.
Wake up in the morning. What's up? What's up, honey? Bam! Break those fucking ribs, dude.
You can't joke about domestic violence, bro.
I could have been talking to anyone, dude. Could have been talking about my mom.
Well, it did break his ribs.
Did it?
Yeah, look at that rib. It's straight out. It completely shattered it.
LeBron James.
And it fractured this one, fractured that one, and fractured that lower one as well. But
So
that one is completely out of place. It could have punctured a lung, dude. You could be dealing with a punctured lung.
I mean, from a further distance, he gonna be aight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna catch the round for sure if he's getting shot at with TSX rounds. You know, what'd John say about this? He's like, it's chasing the dragon. He's like, I fire a 6-round burst, 5 hits you in your leg and 1 hits you in your plate. It doesn't matter. Next up, we're going to recreate a Marine coming upon a PLA member somewhere in the Pacific in 6 years. My favorite thing is when it just evacuates the head, right? The head just leaves.
Rain.
We're continuing our island hopping campaign, and we're going to be going ahead and putting a round through the chest. This is the most common place to shoot somebody. That's what all U.S. military are trained to. So, upper chest with the 277 Fury. That went straight through and blew a chunk out of him. It came through, shattered all the ribs, and then we had a huge chunk taken out. Went through the scapula, the heart, the lungs, everything. Next up, we're going to be turning him into Superman after he finished doing his Superman career. We had to travel through. Whoa.
Perfect spine shot.
Jeez, and it
that.
completely removed the spine. That is wonderful performance.
So, we have the SIG, I don't even know, XM7, there it is. We got the SIG XM7.
Makes it easy.
And apparently this is 11 SD ammo. We're gonna be grouping it at 100. I think I'm gonna go on top, you're gonna go on bottom?
Yeah.
right.
Wait, that's. I don't like.
Wait,
the way you
wait,
said that.
Definitely not as good as the first one, but.
Nah. Okay, I'll give it a shot. Oh yeah, not bad. Okay,
It's not a bad group.
let's go check it out. Okay, so, dude, I feel like I want to have you print one more time.
Well, yeah, so what we didn't show was while we were zeroing, we were very surprised because we were talking to St. John over there, and St. John's like, it's a 2.5 MOA gun. And then I did my first group, and it was 1 MOA. Like, it was...
It was tight.
It was like that. Then I group again, we're here. Mike groups, we're here.
But this group is 2.5.
About 2.5, yeah.
Yeah, so that's indicative of what you see from the gun. This was nice. That felt good though. I would call that a part of the accuracy of the gun.
Yeah.
Let's have you print one more time.
Let's send one more.
I'm gonna have you put. I'm gonna have it low though to make life a little bit easier.
For sure.
Nice, good group, dude. Micah's group looked pretty good. Okay, so we did this group right here with Micah. That was a 1.8 MOA. That was awesome. That
was really good.
That's below the program requirements. Funny enough, the M4 carbine is only required to do like 3 MOA.
Yeah, and am I crazy for saying I heard reports of this thing being like a 4 MOA gun?
I've heard that before. I'm not sure if that's because the barrels on these are only about 10K as far as how long they last. So I
that could
wonder if
be
they're
it,
getting shot
yeah.
out. There's a problem with the URGIs as well with the MA55
That's
A1.
sub 2. I say your group was right there
At
as
2?
well, about
yeah,
2.
You can't tell, but
You can't.
mine was right at 2.
And then that's probably over 3. That's
Yeah.
over 3. So
Overall, this is performing pretty well, but I think the best way to tell is begin to shoot far. So let's
Yeah.
take it out and let's start shooting out to about 700 and see what we get. You say 1 mil?
I'd
1
say
mil?
Start with 1 mil.
Okay.
Just impact.
Nice.
Just a little on the lower side.
I'm gonna go
Probably
1.
like 1, 2, 1, 3.
Yeah.
Impact. Impact.
Okay, I'm gonna go out to 600. Yep, low right.
Impact. High left.
Oh, I saw it. There we go.
Impact.
That was actually super easy. Like you said, there's very little drop.
So that first one's at what? 600?
550. So the second
first
orange,
orange?
550.
And you only held 1 mil?
I held 1. That's not a whole lot of drop.
That's pretty good.
So what's nice is with such a fast round with a good BC, which means the BC is referring to its ability to carry through the air, you have very little drop. So what that means is your trajectory is flatter. That means impacting enemies at longer distances is much easier compared to 5.56. If we were shooting 600 to 5.56.
Oh, you'd be at like 5 or 6 mils.
So this makes life a lot easier. All right. Impact.
Too easy.
Yeah. Impact.
500's too easy.
So this round has been adopted by the United States military for close combat forces, so that being the men who are going to be going into battle most. Think about the 82nd Airborne and others. I think that there's a lot of probably development when it comes to the projectile that's going to be used by the U.S. government, whether they use an EPM projectile or whether they use something like this, because it seemed to perform incredibly well. Clearly the gun is accurate at distance, much easier to shoot at distance than the current issued rifle, which makes sense. It is a much larger caliber. The recoil is fairly manageable. Jesus Christ. Would you put the gas at on this? Unless you're in the adverse setting.
Oh, yeah, it does. Easy.
Unless you're in the adverse setting, and I do like the fact that you do have a suppressor. So some issues I did run into firing this thing long range was that you definitely do, and this is a problem with all suppressors, but due to the amount of heat being put out by the round, you do get that suppressor mirage pretty quickly when you're shooting far through an LPVO or something. Have you noticed that as well, Micah?
Yeah.
So that's always going to be a problem. You're always going to be dealing with heat. There's just no way around it, especially with a round this powerful coming out of this short of a barrel. But I think the technology is really interesting, and I think we have a pretty good rifle here for the fight against China and the islands.
Yeah, I think it's the good thing about this rifle is it's a little heavier, right? So you get a dude from Iowa jumping into, I don't know, insert random country name with oil, and it's gonna work out well.
Where like his bench press is the total bench press of the entire PLA squad.
Exactly, he's just lifting their invasion boats up.
Yeah.
But let's say this is picked up by one of those small communists that really just, I mean, like I said before, aren't people. They're gonna have a hard time using it. So there's more factors than just accuracy at play here.
Yeah, you get that room temperature IQ Marine coming in with this thing to kill. That's kind of what we want.
Yeah, well, a room temperature IQ Marine is still leaps and bounds ahead of a culture that eats dogs.
And bats.
Yep, and bats.
There you have it. Point is, the 277 is an incredible round. Can't wait to see more of it. I'm sure we'll be performing some more experiments with these rounds in the very near future. And Micah, what are your thoughts, man?
So I've been watching some, drama and this thing unfold and all that, and I saw the training photo of the guy putting it on the barricade and this and that, and then I've also heard reports of it being 4 MOA. We averaged about 2 with all of it. 2 MOA is pretty stellar for a combat rifle, especially this short, and hitting out to 600-700 yards and only holding 2 mils was kind of crazy. So it made it very easy. I like it. The recoil's stout, but the round is good.
And that's going to be it for today, guys. So thank you for tuning in. Tons more great content coming to you, and as always, stay looking cool. Yeah, final thing for you guys, dad advice with Colton, ranch hand, who might make a good father. Well, we don't know yet.
Yeah, he's working on it.
Probably not. Don't got no dad advice for you.
What do you
Not
make a
dad.
good father? Look at that hat.
No.
Yeah, we're getting him there. Like, he's got the G9 shirt on. I told you to stop wearing that hat, though. We talked about it.
You know what? If I were Colton, now we're doing dad advice. This is coming from Colton. It's that love your dogs. Never let anyone take your dogs, give up your dogs, or anything like that. Just spend time with it, right, Colton?
Yeah, sure.